run it on Clidfare workers.
Other folders, you kind of relate to their story, and you're meeting them in person, just showing this feature, showing the other patents and everything. So trying to come back to a Sunday. Today is such a chill Sunday. I'm visiting a friend and I'm outside of NYC and it's so calm. It's like sometimes like this type of environment changes are super important.
Found somebody that would cut the lap to my spec, but I still charge too much money for
Harry Potter vibes.
Ja, so underneath
Going around Princeton, this gives out like literally Harry Potter vibes, like typical full vibes, but it's a vibe for full, and it's so wide, so huge.
Yeah.
Whoa. Back in NYC, and on my trip here on the train, I was doing some research about government funding, different fundings for AI education, and I found that there's a lot of opportunities and programs just specifically designed for upskilling. So I submitted 2 proposals for 2 projects, and we have plenty to submit this week. So excited for that, it's like a different mindset. I was only focused on VCs. To a Monday morning. This week is super exciting. So over the weekend, 2 things I figured out is 1, we can apply for 6 patents. The other thing is there's a lot of government granting for AI upskilling companies, which is exactly what we do. So we went over this and we just wrapped up our first team meeting for Monday. So wrapped up today's work. Today was such a productive day, from filing and finishing up the documents for the patent filing to sending the emails to the attorneys, and also sent out the email outreaches for the government funding programs that they have for AI upskilling companies. I'm heading out to Mastercard. There's an AI event happening at the Mastercard office here, and it's literally right here by Union Square.
Application layer, we run it on Clidfare workers, which is our server.
How many of you are data engineers?
Tuesday, I just met one of my founders one of the founders I actually follow from social media here on the streets. It was exciting meeting someone in person, because they're building a company in public, and meeting other founders, you kind of relate to their story, and meeting them in person on the street in the same city is like exciting. Like the energy is crazy. It's like I believe that it's like when your energy kind of like elevates through time, you actually just meet the right people. You basically attract them to your life, and it's amazing. We're continuing our patent application. We had some issues with the account, so back and forth email with the patent office thingy, also back and forth emails with Apple's customer support. We're getting the developer account sorted. Marketing, more about like how do we add these new features. We have a lot of interns that join, so it's good. Like the marketing team is kind of like organizing themselves to kind of like coordinate between each other on different postings they're doing, and then continuing the outreach, like the cold outreach to investors. And happening today, so we'll head out to that event. But before that, I have one last code left, and it was with this amazing salesperson that I met at one of these events, and he really loves our product. He has experience building teams, but they're also using AI. I like people who have experience, who can do things with a team, but also are up to date and can use like the new tools to automate things and processes. So heading out to the AI event happening right now. Craziest thing happened. So I was on the call with Diego, who is a sales expert, and we were speaking. We went over the whole spiel, and I was at E3 around like 23rd, and I wrap up the call, and right next to me was a VC. And I literally, as soon as I basically put on my earplugs, I hear, Sequoia, VC, founders, investors. I'm like, what the fuck? And then it's like this VC guy in this deep conversation giving advice to a new person who wants to break into VC. So I'm like, okay, I really wanted to, kind of like just pitch in there, but then, they were on a deep conversation and the opportunity didn't come, and now I'm beating myself that I didn't, which is annoying, but it's like a lesson. Next time around, if I get any opportunity like this, I will definitely interject and pitch. And
in third place there, and it was cash money, which was great. It was also unfortunate because it was my wedding anniversary that weekend.
Today's event was more about, it was Datadog, Mistral, the French company. It was mostly about model evaluation. How do we evaluate LLMs? How do we make sure they do what we want them to do in general? And it was great. I ran, but it was great meeting other founders too. Specifically, like someone who is actually helping manufacturing companies implement AI, mid-sized companies, and their backgrounds like more engineering. It was fun meeting other engineers who kind of like worked in this AI space, which was exciting. So now wrapping up the day, it's almost 10 p.m. Wednesday. Today's exciting. The weather's way better. Yesterday NYC had the election. Zoran won. He's young, he's amazing. So NYC would be different. Looks like it. But today the focus for us is we're translating. Our second biggest market is China. So for our users in China, we want to make sure it's accessible, and we want to increase that market too. So for us, if we focus on NYC and China, that would be like a very stable market in general, having like a stable audience. So today's focus is making sure all the features work in Chinese, how we can also make it like accessible for China, and also continuing the investor reach outs, also continuing the B2B reach outs. Some investors did reply, which is great. So it's all about consistency that is important in this like area. Call was USPTO, email changes, account issues done. The doc templates, they actually are like very specific about how they want their initial filing template to be. So just going over the template, we have a lot of code and a lot of things to document, just showing this feature, showing the other patents and everything. So trying to actually make this perfect for them. A lot of progress on that. Actually, this reminded me of school. If I didn't do my thesis back in my undergrad, and just the feeling of getting lost, all this paperwork and all this thinking you have to do and organizing all the information, even with AI, like I was using 4 or 5 multiple AI tools. Like patent documentation it's like you're dealing with like 50 pages of organized shit, and like a lot of like guidelines from their website and everywhere. And even with that, this literally reminded me of like my thesis days, and I'm now grateful for those moments or experiences where you kind of like, it feels like shit, but you're on the right track type of situation. So who are you? So walking towards the event, this is the CEO of a company called BetaWorks here. It's like an accelerator here in NYC, and the other one is CEO and co-founder of like WordPress. So it will be a great conversation, even though those companies are not like super AI companies. This is more, the talk is around like AI and dev, which is exciting, and excited to meet the other people in the talk. So yeah, this office is so cool, so dope, and the craziest shit happened. I met an amazing investor that we kind of talked for like, I don't know, 30 minutes or more, and it's literally amazing. He was an edtech founder too, worked on different ventures, and it was such a great conversation. Already forwarded the pitch deck. He already forwarded the pitch deck to his team, and they were talking about like more meetings now. So this event was so cool. AI Dev NYC is so cool. This office, the name is called Automatic. Such a cool name. for a company. But now let's take some LinkedIn pictures because it's all about posting. If you don't post it, then it's not there.